Hi everyone. So yeah, it's Miranda, and today is going to be a sexual discussion. So I hope you guys are ready to talk about sex. It's not going to be kind of what you're thinking about. It's going to be a problem that a lot of women face. Yeah, I have faced it, and I have beat it. So we're going to get into that. I just want to make something clear though. Of course, sex can be painful for many different reasons. It's common, and a lot of the time, it is normal. If you're not properly aroused or lubed up or anything like that, yes, it can be painful. Also with the size of the person. Both people, it's possible that it can hit a certain way, and that can cause some stomach pains, which is normal. You just kind of have to work with your partner. Once you work it out, it most likely won't hurt anymore. But my issue stems deeper than that. We are going to be talking about vaginismus. It came on, I think, when I was 20. I've been with my partner for 5 years now. It happened a year into dating. A lot of things boil down to it actually happening. I look back now and I know the causes of what made it happen. Vaginismus is when your vagina pretty much closes up. It doesn't allow anything up there. When you forcefully put something up there, it hurts so bad. It is excruciating. Sex is not pleasurable. It really puts you in a depressive state of mind because you feel less womanly. You feel like you can't please your partner. You don't feel like a good girlfriend or spouse. You feel broken. You don't know what's wrong with you. Nothing you try is working. It started with just a burning sensation on the top part of the wall facing my belly. And then it got into cervix pain. It would feel like it's hitting my stomach. And it would give me horrible cramps in my belly, and then either during or after I wouldn't be able to get up because the stomach cramps were so bad. Or in my butt cheek area, it would be a sharp pain every time something was inserted. After a while of that and then pushing through it and trying to ignore it, it got to a point where I couldn't even put a pinky or a tampon inside of me because it would hurt so bad. After that as well, me being very stubborn, I would act like it's not painful, but that would make it hurt a lot more. Keeping that up, eventually your body just goes into fight mode or fight or flight mode and closes up and doesn't want anything up there, and you don't become aroused, you don't have any pleasurable feeling. Your body doesn't get turned on, you don't feel anything, and if that's the case, then you don't get wet, and your vagina doesn't want to open up for anything, and that can put a lot of stress on your partner as well. You think I don't know, you think you're going to be this way forever, and you're worried that your partner's going to leave you. You don't know if you'll ever be able to experience pleasure with your partner ever again. You get very emotional, you get sad. A lot of the time during sex too, I'd have to stop because I would just start bawling my eyes. Or I would try and hide myself crying because I would feel like I need to give my partner something given to his needs. So I would turn my face away and try and hide myself crying because the pain was so bad. My boyfriend started noticing. He was just concerned about me, and he was very supportive. He would sit with me halfway through and just hug me while I was crying. Yeah, I didn't know what the problem was, and I was pushing through it for 6 months, and got to the point where I couldn't have sex. On days I would push it, Corey would be like, I'm not doing that to you. And then I'd get really mad because I just act like it's not an issue, even though it was really a big issue. So it's a little history, I guess, but I didn't know this can actually stem from having an anxiety disorder. I didn't know your vagina can get like tension knots or get anxious in a way, but mine was. Even if I like tried thinking that sex wasn't gonna hurt, it would still hurt because my body is like, it's hurt the past 10 times, it's gonna hurt. Or if I'm really worried that it's gonna hurt, it will because I'm stressed out. The main thing was me trying to relax, and I just couldn't because of all the trauma that has happened. My body was just so scared. I dealt with vaginismus for just over a year. I went to the hospital a few times. I seen my doctor for it. My doctor, he's kind of funny, but he just told me, like, he's like, does your boyfriend not do foreplay? Like, make sure he's just not ramming it up there and you'll be fine. And I'm like, thanks, that really helps. It didn't help. I ended up going to see a gynecologist. That didn't really do anything for me either, but the gynecologist sent me to a pelvic floor physiotherapist. And I explained to her the issues I was having. And she was very empathetic and or sympathetic to me. She was really cool. She helped me through it. I seen her pretty often. She was the one who helped me with the stomach pain I was having and the cramping and the constipation I was also having. She helped me get into like meditation and trying to relax. She talked to me about reverse Kegels. She showed me how to do them. A few times my boyfriend would come with me and be there for support. That therapist was the one who actually helped me with my constipation issue. That I was constipated for 2 weeks and couldn't go, and a doctor at the emergency room told me to stop using laxatives to lose weight and sent me home. But she actually helped me to pass. I've cried with her quite a bit. I'd always send her emails, and she was super cool. She'd reply back to me. She'd help me with exercising, learning how to relax and try and make my vagina and anus like bloom and not be so clenched and scared. She talked to me about dilators, and those actually really helped me too. It even stems down to like feeling pretty and wanting to have sex and not feeling guilty about having sex. Like sometimes I would just feel like guilty or like bad or naughty or something because I wanted to like sleep with my boyfriend or do something, and then I just like second guess myself. And what I had to realize was like sex is normal, masturbating is normal, like everyone does it. It's a part of being in a relationship as well, and what you do in your own home with your partner is no one else's business. So it doesn't really matter. Like, you have nothing to be anxious about. You don't have to feel guilty. And that was like a big thing for me too. So you just kind of have to feel good in your own body. Like, it took me a while to just like be relaxed, put lingerie on or something, feel sexy, get into the mood instead of overthinking everything, or just try to think pain-free. Like, try and forget all of the painful experiences you've had lately and act like they didn't happen, and just try and go in with a clear head and picture it being pleasurable. If it is painful, don't push it to the point where you feel like crying or screaming, but even if it does hurt for a little bit, don't stress out so much. Just like stay calm, think about practicing, think about how you're doing, how your body feels, how your body should feel. It took a while to actually be able to even get aroused or something like that. So yeah, it took a lot. I do have another video of all the steps I took to actually get rid of this sexual pain. I just wanted to get that out there because I never really told anyone before. And looking online, there's a lot of women who experience this, and so many different traumatic experiences, mental issues or situations that you've had to deal with, or even things that you don't know had an effect on you can actually have an effect on your body. It took me 2 years to actually figure out why this is probably happening. And I feel like once I found that possible cause to this issue, that helped me to kind of put it under the bridge and try and start over, help me move on. And that is what helped me to not experience so much pain as well. I don't know, it was just like, it was so tough dealing with, and I got through it, and I feel like if I can get through it, then other women can. I know it's also difficult to talk about with your partner because you're nervous about how they're going to feel, or you just want to make them happy, but obviously it's definitely hard to make someone happy if you aren't happy yourself. I know after this kind of traumatic experience or thing that you are dealing with, it's actually hard to love yourself and be grateful and happy. For me, it was difficult too because there'd be no pain for like a month, and then it would just be so painful the next month that it feels like I took 1 step forward and 2 steps back. It felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. If I was really happy that I was getting somewhere, and then it turned around on me, I'd get so depressed and angry with myself. But you just have to think about the progress that you did make. And even though you kind of turned around a little bit down the path, you can still get back on that path and go the right way, and you can't beat yourself up over it. You didn't ask for this to happen. You didn't think it would happen, and it did, and you can't hate on yourself for that. If you have a really loving and supportive partner, and you guys love each other, I know it's hard to think, like, if this thing doesn't go away, they're gonna cheat on me, or they're gonna break up with me because I can't give him what he wants. I probably can't even have a kid. If I can't put a finger in my vagina, how am I gonna push out a baby? Or how am I gonna make a baby? I can't have a family. Like, so many things go through your head, and you just feel so unwomanly, and it's sad to look back on myself and see the way I was thinking. You just have to be positive and stay strong, and the improvements that you do make, you have to give yourself a pat on the shoulder. You have to love yourself and be confident and feel good in your body, and know your body is just trying to protect you. It definitely is a lot of work. It took me 1.5 years after I got this problem to actually be completely pain-free. Sometimes, like when I'm walking or something, I'll realize that I'm clenched and tight, and then I just have to relax and do some belly breathing. Usually when I'm clenched up, I get like a burning sensation. It's not an infection or anything, it's just like your wall is being irritated. And that's just kind of a reminder that I need to relax, and I'm probably a little anxious right now. You and your partner just have to work on it, or you have to work on it yourself. Practice makes perfect. It's kind of like if someone's in a car accident or something and their leg isn't working properly and they go to physio, that guy ends up running because he doesn't give up. And even if someone tells him that he's going to be this way forever, he keeps pushing through it, and he stays positive, and he eventually gets somewhere. It's definitely a hard thing to go through, and I get that. If you have a supportive partner, they're going to stick with you through it, and they're going to help you through it. And if you actually mean something to that person, they're going to hold you when you cry. They're going to go with you to the doctor and get your checkup and your visit, and they're not going to leave you. They're going to work at it with you, and they're going to be there every step of the way. And I'm grateful that I had my boyfriend be there for me when I was dealing with this. So that is my vaginismus story, and I will put the video at the bottom here. It is everything that I've done and what I still do today, off and on, to keep up with staying pain-free and keeping vaginismus from coming back. Subscribe to my channel if you want. So, hope you enjoyed that sex talk. Yeah, a lot of women experience this, and it's kind of a taboo subject, but it's normal and it has to get out there, and it is an issue people face every day. So, yeah, I felt like getting my voice out there and being heard. So, hope you have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye.